The Smartest Giant in Town by Julia Donaldson and Alex Scheffler. George was a giant, the scruffiest giant in town. He always wore the same pair of old brown sandals and the same old patched up gown. "I wish I wasn't the scruffiest giant in the town," he said very sadly. But one day, George noticed a new shop. It was full of smart clothes. So he bought a smart shirt, a smart pair of trousers, a smart belt, a smart stripy tie, some smart socks with diamonds by the side, and a pair of smart shiny shoes. "Oh," he said, "now I am the smartest giant in town," very proudly. George left his old clothes behind in the shop. He was about to go home when he heard a sound. On the pavement stood a giraffe who was sniffing very sadly. "Well, what's the matter?" said George. "It's my neck," said the giraffe. "It's so very long and so very cold. I wish I had a long scarf." "Oh, cheer up," said George, and he took off his stripy tie. It didn't match the socks anyway, and he wound it around the giraffe's neck. It made a wonderful scarf. "Thank you," said the giraffe. As George strode home, he sang to himself, "My tie's a scarf for a cold giraffe, but look me up and down. I am the smartest giant in town." George came to a river. On a boat stood a goat who was bleating loudly. "What's the matter?" asked George. "It's my sail," said the goat. "It blew away in the storm. I wish I had a strong new sail for a boat." "Oh, cheer up," said George, and he took off his white shirt. It kept coming untucked anyway. He tied the mast of the goat's boat. It made a magnificent sail. "Oh, thank you," said the goat. George strode singing to himself, "My tie's a scarf for a cold giraffe, my shirt's on a boat, a sail for a goat, but look me up and down. I am the smartest giant in town." George came to a tiny, ruined house. Beside the house stood a white mouse with lots of baby mice, and they were all squeaking. "What's the matter?" asked George. "It's our house," squeaked the mother mouse. "It burned down, and now we have nowhere to live. I wish we had a new, nice house." "Cheer up," said George, and he took off one of his shiny shoes. It was giving him blisters anyway. The shoes made a perfect home for them. "Thank you," said the mice. George had to hop along the road now, but he didn't mind. He sang to himself, My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat, a sail for the goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. But look me up and down, I am the smartest giant in town. George came to a campsite. Beside a tent stood a fox who was crying. "Well, what's the matter?" asked George. "It's my sleeping bag," said the fox. "I dropped it in a puddle and I wish I had a warm, dry sleeping bag." "Cheer up," said George, and he took off one of his socks with the diamonds up the side. It was tickling his toes anyway. As the fox snuggled in, it made a very fine sleeping bag. "Thank you," said the fox. George hopped on singing to himself. My tie's a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat, a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of my socks is a bed for a fox.